Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Larry.
Welcome to MANOPOD,
A podcast dedicated to men over 50.
brought to you by manopause.com. Welcome back. I'm Mike, and this is Larry. And if you didn't see part one of the interview with Dan Petrie Jr., you really got to take a look at it.
Must see.
It's great. Dan, thanks for coming back for part two.
You bet.
Dan Petrie Jr., Daniel Petrie Jr., sorry about that, is a writer of Beverly Hills Cop, Turner and Hooch, The Big Easy, and many more. And you've also produced and directed other movies and television shows. Hollywood legends. So let's get right into it.
Thank you.
So one of the things we want to talk about is your dad. We mentioned him in the first segment. But I found a quote attributed to him that I think applies to menopause and is just really important, and I have to read it. It says, "Yes, the experiences of all stages of life are valuable, not just of youth."
Yes.
That is deep. That is
true.
deep.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So your dad passed away in 2004.
Yes.
And you were successful. You were writing comedies. You were writing, action movies, all that kind of stuff. That affected your writing to a certain degree when he passed away.
Oh, it certainly did. I resisted comedy for a while because things just didn't seem so funny to me.
Yeah.
But he was, in addition to being a great father, a fantastic mentor to a person who was interested in going into the same business. He was a director, but also he wrote and inspired me as a writer. He also inspires me now because when he was 80, that was the first time he started thinking about slowing down a little. That before then he had to tell the first AD on the set of a movie, "You have to tell me when the crew gets tired because I don't know. I don't get tired." He's at 80. He started getting as tired as everybody else.
Yeah.
I was already tired at 50 and 60.
So how did you get that comedy spirit back? You think it was just time, or?
I think it was time.
Yeah.
And I think different energy comes to you depending on what you're doing.
We met you in 2010, I believe, and we brought you a project that we had an idea about. And I think you mentioned at that time that you hadn't done comedy for a while, that you were looking for a project. And tell us about that. I mean, that was a fun meeting with you because we were just novices. We had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah, it was
like getting a meeting with you
at Jerry's Deli in
Encino. That's right.
Yeah.
And that was a great time. And what'd you think? I mean,
It turned into a long meeting, as I recall.
did.
yes, it did.
I think it was about 73 Diet Cokes you had.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably. I thought, frankly, that it was something that I was going to have a polite meeting about, but the project I should pass on, that it wasn't for me. But as sometimes it happens for me, when I have the intention of saying no to something, some ideas or some sequence of funny things occur, and I started pitching a version of your
That's
story
right.
to you,
Right.
which is rude when you think about it. If
honestly though,
it's your story.
We didn't understand.
And I'm pitching to you.
First of all, we were in
slightly
awe
different
that we had
version.
reached this level of meeting somebody. But the fact that you were able to create this new, it was the same concept in terms of these three guys, but you created it as something that was more immediately funny right before our eyes. And
Right.
We weren't offended by that. We were absolutely amazed by that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by the end of the meeting, I was in.
Yeah.
I was
That's
Yeah,
right.
we said, so what do you
Right.
think? Well, I'm in.
Yeah.
We said, what? So our whole
Yeah.
ride back down to San Diego was, oh God, are you
Yeah.
kidding? This is great.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And several years we worked on it. We flew up to Canada when you were doing that series.
That's right.
Combat Hospital, right?
That's
And you
right.
invited us on the set, and we hung out there with you for a few days. And we're big shots.
Big
You know,
shots.
we're on the set,
Right.
and you showed us all around. And then we went out to dinners, and we sat
Yeah.
for lunches, and we talked about your script that you wrote with us or for us. And that was just an amazing time.
Well, we
for us.
still want to do that movie.
And we're going to do it at some point in the near future, I'm sure. But, circumstances happen. And what happens is in Hollywood, they say, oh, it took us 10 years to make this movie.
And 10 years is short.
That's right. And so if we do end up making it this year or next, it'll be 10 or 11 years.
Right.
That's right.
And we can say the same thing.
And we'll
That's
appreciate
right.
it more. Because
Right.
now we understand the business
That's right.
better. But in the meantime, though, you and your partner, Rick Dugdale, have Enderby Entertainment. And you guys, we've watched over the last 10 years how your company has just been growing and becoming more prominent with, I know you guys started with like horror films and that sort of thing. And now you've progressed to working with Ben Kingsley and Anthony Hopkins. There we go.
Yeah.
Menopause.
moment.
Yes.
And you just finished filming a trilogy in Europe based on Håkan Nesser's books. He's a Swedish author.
You guys are on
You
fire.
guys are on fire, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you the secret of that. I'm very smart. And the proof of me being smart is that Rick Dugdale, my partner, is the CEO of the company, not me. I'm smart enough to know that he has the business sense,
Yeah.
the real producerial instincts. And while I've been a producer, it's been more of a creative producer type, just giving advice to the director, rewriting the script if necessary, or suggesting things to the writer or like that. So it's picking your partner is the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, well, and now The Big Easy is probably going to come back perhaps as a TV show.
We hope so.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
you're
that'd
working
be
on
great.
that.
That
Yeah.
would be great.
Yeah.
Would Dennis be part of it?
We hope so.
Oh my God! And Ellen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
We-
Ellen Barkin. Wow.
You know, again, that's too far ahead to announce or
Right.
anything, but
already
Well,
We're
they're
working
both
on it.
very relevant actors to today.
Right.
And
Oh,
Dennis
yes.
is working all the time, so
That's right.
I think it's a no-brainer.
Well,
I would think, and
I
with
hope
you and
so.
Rick involved, that'd be great.
I hope so.
So one of the things that we're curious about, because we have some other friends who do producing and things, and the question we have is, and also some of the experiences we've had meeting certain people in Hollywood, it's a young person's business for the most part. How are you keeping relevant as you get older? Do you find that it's a little harder to get meetings or get projects done because you're a little older?
Well, if you're doing the same kind of thing, you're making a mistake, I feel, because it is such a youth-oriented business. The executives are very young at the studios. So if you're up for writing assignments, they're looking for somebody who's their contemporaries,
Right.
who they can, they don't want to hire a writer that might be difficult to dismiss because of their track record. What I'm doing is different. We have a company now. All of the projects that I write are for this company, hopefully to add it to our slate of projects. Sometimes I've been in the position of putting my company hat on and saying, oh, the thing that I wrote, maybe we shouldn't concentrate on that because it's less commercial right now, and something else that came in is more commercial or more artistically valuable at this particular moment. So I'll talk against myself. But that keeps me relevant, the fact that there's a company that I'm one of the partners in, and producer of
That's
great.
our project.
Well, and the other thing that we find fascinating, because we've gone several times, is Enderby Entertainment sponsors a screenwriting contest at the Austin Film Festival.
That's right.
And not only do you do that, which helps new writers or old writers, but you
Or
guys
very old
also
writers.
or very old writers. But you guys also give seminars and teach people how to get in the business, how to stay in the business, how to be relevant, and that sort of thing. And you were just recently honored by them, I think, last year, right?
I
Yeah.
was. They gave me the Heart of Film Award,
Amazing.
Wow,
which
that's great.
I think was for inspiring or working to inspire writers in our category, which I love doing.
Yeah.
I love if I could do anything, I'd be the Tom Sawyer of writers. You know,
See-
getting everybody else to paint the fence.
Dan Petrie Sr. taught you the mentoring, and
Yes.
that's in your blood, and
That's
you're doing
right.
the same thing.
That's right.
And it's
Yeah,
great.
that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So, obviously there's so much more to talk about, and we'll have to bring you back, but thank you so much for being our friend,
Oh.
first of all, but also for coming on and doing this with it.
Oh,
We
it's
really
my
appreciate it.
pleasure.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
menopause is such a great idea.
Great.
I'm glad to be part of it.
Thanks to you. We'll see you soon.
Hey guys, thanks for listening.
Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to hear more podcasts or read great articles, get involved with the Menopause community for men over 50 on menopause.com.
And don't forget, live life, live young.